Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do short Lunch Break with Shel videos here Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. As well, I do a Facebook Live on Wednesday nights at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Today we're going to be having a play with a new bundle. Let me just pull this out so you can actually see it without the glare. Actually, it's not a bundle. If you put them together, it's a bundle. They are a coordinating set. This is a new stamp set that is in the new July to December mini. And this is a coordinating die set. It's a huge die set that you can earn for free through Celebration, and when you put the two of them together, you have a bundle. And it is a really, really cute bundle. So we're going to have a play with this today. And I have pre-done some things here to show you that how you can layer different parts of this together to get different looks. Now in this one here, I've die cut the top and bottom in the turquoise, the trailer in the red, and then I just used my So Saffron Stampin' Blend on a scrap of paper and just glued that to the back so that I had some light coming through, and then I just used markers on my wheels and my hitch. On this one here, I started with a white trailer, and then I also die cut the turquoise one and just cut off the bottom and then use some markers. On this one here, it's all die cuts except for the hitch and the tire. I used the black marker here, and this is all die cuts that are in the set. And we have two poles to string our lights through. We have a little sign, and we have tons of different trees here. I've done these intentionally different ways to show you the versatility of the set. I'm just going to put them on, the ones that I'm showing you, on this white piece of paper. So here I've just stamped the trees as they are, the background stamp, if you would, in Soft Succulent. Now these ones here, I've done the background in Soft Succulent exactly like these ones, and then I've used Shaded Spruce with the overstamp. Okay. Then these ones, let me get these on here. These ones here, which are of the stamped ones, these are my favorites. This is the same thing, Soft Succulent with Evening Evergreen stamped over. Like the way that gives that some definition. But check out these ones. This is the same Soft Succulent background, but then there is another die in here that you can die cut an overlay for each one of them, and I did that in the Evening Evergreen. So that really gives it some definition and some depth. So we're going to be having a play with these today. So I'm just going to sit all of these things up at the top for a minute, and we're going to concentrate on our panel. So I have a little scrap of masking paper here, and what I want to do is I want to create a background that would resemble a snowbank is what I'm aiming for. So I don't want it, okay, so I'm going to cut this little piece off the bottom, and I'm going to adhere this on, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with the other piece. So I want this area to stay white and look like a snowbank. And because I have this little piece down here, I'm going to extend this snowbank so that I can make my sky and protect this area down here. Make sense? All right, I am going to start with my brush, and I'll just tuck that around for now. And let's start with, I'm going to start with Balmy Blue. And we can build this up and add as much color as we want. We can't subtract, we can add color. But we'll just start building with the different blues until we get something that we like. Right, I'm going to switch, and I am going to go to a darker color. All right, we're going to use the same brush. I'm just going to do that, and we'll go on and we'll use a darker blue and we'll just build it up. I got a blotch in there, but I'm not too worried about it. Just building some different depths of color here. And I think I'm going to go on to Starry Sky. It's just ooh, is that ever dark? That's really dark. But that's nice because it's adding some different tones in here of blue. Just remember when you do this that you got to do this with a light hand. You can always add more. And I think I'm going to stop. I'm happy right there. All right. Let's get those away. And I'm just going to flip over this piece of paper and get this out of my way, or I'll have ink everywhere. And hopefully I haven't let any ink transfer where I don't want it. Oh, before we remove that, I'm going to stamp some trees. And I'm just going to use one tree. I believe one is all I want to use. And I'm just going to use Night of Navy ink. Maybe I'll use black. Yeah, I think I'm going to use black because I just want some trees against the background. So real far away in the background. And by leaving the masking paper on here, I can control how much of the tree is showing and use one stamp to make all of my trees. So now I can have a shorter one. And let's go back up. Let's start over here. And once I remove the mask, that one there is a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. We won't sweat the small stuff. Let me cover this up. And then we're going to remove our masking paper. And hopefully we will have a nice crisp white area down here at the bottom. Oops, a little bit of tearing there, but that's okay. We've got that covered. All right, throwing out the masking paper, and we have a little bit of ink transfer here and there, but that's okay. I can take care of that. And what we can't take care of, we will cover up. Must have had some ink on my fingers. All right, so now we have the nice dark trees in the background. What I was thinking was kind of something like this. Now we can cut these off to whatever length we want them. If I put our little trailer right there, it's going to cover up that little oopsie, right? I think I'm going to do that right off the hop, and then we'll build around it. Oops, I got so much glue on there. So this little guy is going to go flat right over that little tree that we did an oopsie on. Right? Now we can build around it. So this guy and this guy are going to be our posts for our string lights. So I think what I'm going to do is put this one in place. This is my first time working with this set as well, so we're kind of learning as we go. It's just quite a bit of work to cut all these, stamp all these pieces and cut them out, so I wanted to do that prior to the video so that it wouldn't be a real long video. All right, I'm going to glue part of this down, and only part, because I got to figure out where this other post is going to go. Right, so there's that. So this post is going to go over here between those two trees. Like so. And now I can just flip this up and add some dots of adhesive. And that should line up perfectly. There we go. So far so good. Now I'm just going to flip this over and trim off the back side.
And now I have this little sign that will easily cover that little smudge. Oops. And somewhere in this pile, I have a little dog that we can add later. And now I can layer up some of these trees. Oh no, I got another smudge. Do you see that? Nuts. Well, our dog might be going in a different place. Nuts. All right, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Let's concentrate on our trees first. I'd like to put this in the back side here, like so. And there it is. This in the back side here. Actually, I just might. Let's see. Like these little guys for in the front. Do this one too, just to add a little something different. Let's put this one in place. Then we'll add this guy. Just offsetting those a little bit. And then we'll add this guy with the overlay. Oh, the overlay is definitely my favorite. All right, so far so good. Now, let's get a few in here. Do this little guy. And let's do this guy as well. Actually, I could probably put this big guy in there. And then we'll put this big guy in. Here. Like so. I think that little sign's going to go down there and cover up that ink smudge. That works fine there. Got one more little tree here I'd like to get in. We'll just overlap these two, like so. I don't know whether we need this dog in here or not, but I think I might put him on a little dimensional. Maybe we'll just use a little piece of an edge here. Maybe. All right, where do I want him? Over here, I think. See how fast that filled in that card? Now, somewhere here, I have trying to find what I'm looking for here. I think this is it. Just bear with me a second till I get this going. I just have a white gel pen here, and I'm just going to put a bunch of stars up in the sky, just to add some detail. Get it going again. It's giving me a bit of grief, but that's typical for gel pens. And I'm just putting little dots randomly up in the sky. No rhyme or reason. I think that's good. Just adds a little detail there. All right, those are extras for another card. Now I am going to bring in a white card base because I think that's all it's going to need. And we're just going to pop that right on there, flat, because there's lots of dimension on this card. And we're just going to try to have a little border all the way around. Something like that. All right, now I know that's hard for you guys to see. It's on white, so I will take this away. And that is our card. I did not put a greeting on that purposefully. It's just plain inside. Now you could easily put some of these trees or one of these trailers on the inside. I have this one here. This very well, let's just do it. Pop this on the inside so that there's a little something in here to remove the starkness. And we're still going to have lots of room to write our greeting. So there you have our first card using the Trees for Sale stamp set and the coordinating tree lot dies. All right, I hope you enjoyed this Lunch Break with Shel video. I will be back Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. Thanks for popping by. See ya.